Hello, everybody. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Georgiana.
And this is Wholehearted Loving, where we teach you simple tools for self-love and compassion to grow the muscles you need to be with big feelings, triggers, and overwhelming sensations in your body.
Whether you have active challenges in your life or relationships, or whether you're just here to learn to be kinder to yourself, we pull out all the little things that make life feel better, the things that give you a sense of hope and direction.
So if you're too hard on yourself or on others,
if you want to feel real, deep connection in your life and relationships,
even if you want to reprogram your inner critic while you're sleeping,
this is a great place to be.
So welcome, and we hope this episode brings you just the tidbit you needed today.
Enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody. Today we're going to talk about what you can do this week to make your life feel more the way you want it to feel. You can find self-reflection prompts for this episode and every episode on our Instagram at Wholehearted Loving. And you can find more about us and how to practice with us live on our website at wholeheartedloving.com. And before we get started, we will do a body-based self-connection practice to connect with ourselves before we connect with each other and this podcast.
And before we do that, I just want to say, I think I just make kissy faces because this happens sometimes.
Did you say you want to make them, or you did make them?
I did. I think I did. I think if you go back and you watch it, I'm like listening to you talk and making kissy faces. I don't know.
Adore.
I guess one day we can use that as the body practice.
We've made goldfish lips before.
Yeah, that's not really what I associate with kissy faces, but you know, same idea-ish. So are you going to take us away, Stephanie, for a body practice? You're going to describe it?
Yeah, we're swimming. We're doing, is this the breaststroke?
I think it's the breaststroke, yeah.
And we're going up, we're
Yes.
swimming up in some safe, warm enough body of water that feels good to be in and clean.
Clean is important. No seaweed that touches my feet or my legs. None. No animals, no creatures.
We're sounding silly, but it's important because if you're doing this movement and you're overtaken by the idea of being in a deep, dark, creepy water with things brushing your leg, you won't achieve the peaceful feeling.
So when Steph asked me what body practice I wanted to bring in, my body just naturally did this motion. And I was like, well, what are we doing, Steph? How would you describe this? But I think you're right. Like we're swimming up, right?
Yeah.
From the bottom to the top. So we lifting our head a little bit, moving the water, gliding our hands through. Just notice how that felt to do that. It'll tie to our topic. I like when body practices tie to our topic.
I like it
I'm
too.
a little bit nerdy like that.
It's a subtle but massive difference, the upward movement, right? If I'm just swimming forward, there's this like, just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
It has that energy.
I'm not getting anywhere, I'm not going up.
I'm going up. Things are looking up.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with a question maybe, just to see if, when you're listening, whether you've lived this experience before, and if you have, then maybe where we're taking the podcast today is something that's going to be helpful for you. I know it's helpful for me. Have you ever felt like there's so many things in your life you want to tackle or take care of or make forward movement on that it feels overwhelming? Or Steph's nodding, yes. Or have you ever felt like or been hard on yourself because you hop from thing to thing in your life, where you're not one of those people who are like, I have the goal to do XYZ, and then consistently every day, every week, you focus on that thing until you've achieved it. I am not wired like that. And it has taken me a long time to just love that part about me and know that things are still happening in my life. I'm still moving towards what I want and how I want to feel, just not like the people who do it in a much more linear, consistent by traditional means way. So that's sort of why I wanted us to chat about this today. I don't know. Does that resonate for you, Steph, or are you wired differently?
Totally. Well, both. Yeah, I mean, I jump all over the place. One of the things I learned to love and accept about myself was a diversity of interests. And like the week that I discovered that and embraced it about myself and felt excited about it, instead of like I'm a loser who can't finish everything, my mom complained about, she's like, oh, I never stay on one thing. I'm always jumping. I'm like, oh, I just figured out that means that you just have a diversity of interests. And she was like, oh, that feels nicer, but I tend to, from, I think, maybe an anxious place, something rooted in something to do with anxiety, is do something completely and totally, just 800 of them. And that I'm tired.
I know that about you. That's why I'm laughing.
So it's not like but I certainly jump to things, and there's things I might think I want or can't, I'm not ready to want or face or change. So I certainly relate in that way. Yeah.
Yes. So this today is a little reminder, if you need it, and a little sort of, I don't know, the visual that I have is all of us like linking arms and like skipping along forward in our lives. So like we're moving forward, but it's from a place of lightness and joy and trust in what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
So I hear you narrowing it. I hear you putting on guardrails of helpfulness and self-compassion, where instead of here are all the things that I know I should do and maybe want to do, or maybe just want to do, what's one thing I can take with me to step happily forward, with my life.
Right. So it doesn't matter if you've got 5 things on the go or 15 things on the go. And maybe you're thinking, hey, I should really just pick one and go forward with it. If you have the capacity and desire to do that, great, do that. But if you're like, I got 15 things on the go, like me, and you might feel a little overwhelmed, or you might be hard on yourself, we want to remind you, just choose something. Just choose something today or this week or this month and move yourself forward in that one area and celebrate the crap out of it. And so a prompt that we have for you is, choose one area of your life first, right? Do you want to do this like sort of live stuff? I'll put you on the spot. Yeah. Okay. Maybe first, if you could sort of share with us, like, what are a couple areas of your life that are sort of on your radar right now to like make some movement in?
House settling, like finalizing house.
Mm-hmm.
And is it something that I'm not currently making movement in?
It can be anything that's just like in your sphere of, I'm either excited to make movement in, I should make movement in, right. I'm not like, doesn't really matter. Just something that, is happening in your life.
Body.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to say more? What does that mean?
Sure. I started keto, suddenly felt like the thing to do and like easeful and true, like 3 weeks ago. So that, and then I've just been moving more, and I've been playing Beat Saber on my virtual reality machine, and I've been chopping wood. Let me rephrase that. I've been avoiding chopping wood. I've been hauling existing wood, and I need to chop wood.
Oh, I see. I wasn't sure when we switched from virtual reality to like real life chopping wood, but you're talking about real life chopping wood. Okay. Got it. Okay. And maybe one more. What's another area of your life that sort of floats around that you're like, maybe that.
Maybe that. That is the energy of going to visit Vancouver. But the smile is the energy of seeing the people I love there.
Nice. Great. So what if you were just to choose any one of those, I don't know if you said 3 different areas of your life, where you feel either the strongest pull to make some movement in, or it feels like the easiest one to make some movement in?
Body.
Body. Right. And when I say pull, I want to elaborate. A pull could mean I really feel like this would make big impact in my life. And so I'm being pulled there, even though I might not really super want to. Pull could be I feel really excited and ready to go in that direction. Pull could be I'm just curious if I were to make some movement in that area, what might unfold, right?
Mm-hmm.
So pull doesn't always mean I want to. And pull can also be, like I said, what is the easiest area to just make some movement in? Forward movement in your life. That's a lot to get out of the mouth. Okay. So say that again. Which one did you choose?
Body.
Body. Okay. So let's use this prompt. And you can change the words. It's really just the essence that matters. So choose words that feel good for you. In the area of body, like I desire to feel or I want, right? So today I will.
Yeah. In the area of body, I want to feel energized. So today I will nourish my body in a timely manner.
Okay. Yeah. And just have a moment, pause and feel how that one feels like in the body. When you say that out loud, does it feel like a big yes? I could be open to that. An absolute no?
It is a combination of things. It is, I am proud that I have already done that. I could have come here today having not eaten anything, and sometimes that happens and I feel like foggy and whatever, but not today. And yeah, it feels true and doable. And then also I think, what will I do for dinner? And then I remember, I have salmon in the fridge.
Nice. So does that feel like a thing that you feel good doing, like choosing as your thing for today?
Yes.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. And if it didn't, it's okay to like revisit and change it, right? That's why we always encourage you to say these things out loud because your body's going to give you signs.
Immediately, the should do more voice pops in.
Yeah. Right. And if you like that voice and you want to, entertain it, you can. But if you're like, that either feels too big to do today, or I don't want to entertain that, make the thing smaller, right? Or more specific. Because I think you said, I desire to feel a certain way, and so I will eat a certain way today. But like, notice when the "so I will" can even like be made smaller and more concrete, right? Depending on what you feel is doable or you're excited to do or you have capacity to do. Okay. Here's a different version of this prompt that I like to walk myself through these things. I'm like a big nerd, I think, in this area of like choosing things that I want and then taking action to like get there. So if we choose body again, I desire in the area of body, I choose to feel. And then the end of the prompt is, so this week I will.
In my body, I desire to feel no creakiness when I get out of chairs and off of sofas. So this week I will maintain a healthy keto diet because that is working for me.
And just noticing how that one feels. Does that feel just right? Too big? Too small?
It feels good.
Yeah. Right. And it might not be that it feels too big or too small. It might be, it doesn't feel like the right thing. And by right means it doesn't feel like the thing I want to be doing in order to help me create that feeling, right? Because sometimes you might realize, there's something else I want to do that would help me feel that way.
I notice the but voice doesn't come in. And I think the but voice was kind of interesting because on a different day, like if it was tomorrow, today I've got certain things that will restrict what I'm able to do and what I have time and energy for. So I think the but voice was true. I should not add more today. And if I had more time, I would want to.
Mm-hmm.
For the week, I didn't have the but energy. That feels like...
Yeah. That's why, like, play with it. So if we took this further, and I do this with myself, is so today I will, like, so even so right now, like that's even smaller. So right now I will. So today I will, right? It could be this afternoon. You can break it down or make it bigger, smaller, however you want. This week I will, this month I will, this quarter, this year, right? I love being able to play with time frame paired with how I desire to feel and what I can do to so slowly create more of that feeling. It helps me really feel that I have agency and power in my life to create things that I want, create a feeling experience that I want. And it helps me stay on track when sometimes I feel like maybe I'm not on any track because there's 15 tracks going on. Yeah. But I like every day I choose one area of my life that I want to make forward movement on. And sometimes that forward movement might be, I want to practice, I want to feel rested or learn how to rest. So today I'm going to sit with my cup of tea for 2 minutes longer than I normally would. And like, that's my thing. Like, it's not like every day I'm going out there running marathons and doing huge things. But every day what I'm doing is I'm choosing something that helps me move in the direction that I want to go in some area of my life.
I love that. That's really neat. Feeling into this for myself makes me realize there are areas of life where it would be helpful, like the time frame can be very helpful or unhelpful for me depending on what area of life and how I'm feeling. Looking too far ahead in some areas will feel like oppressive and overwhelming. In others, it'll feel good and true.
Yeah. So play with that. Right? And I feel like that's it. Just simple reminder.
It's a good reminder. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
All right.
And now can we do kissy faces?
Yes. That's often how me and my parents hang up the phone with each other, going wham, 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 wham. Is that our closing practice?
It is.
Kissy faces?
Make kissy faces.
Feel your bum, feel your feet, make kissy faces.
Do you remember when you used to kiss your hand? I'm just assuming you kissed your hand as a kid. You know, did you ever do that?
Not really.
No? Kissed an orange? I've never kissed an orange, but you know,
just got like, right to kissing people.
Right to kissing. You're like, go straight to it.
That's right. Finish it. Do it. It's over.
I want to feel like I want to kiss people. So today I'm just going to plant one on some random person.
Cute.
Aw, so sweet. I think I kissed my stuffies.
Oh. Love is all around.
It's almost that time. Love Actually time.
Oh, yeah. I remember when I was 10, I had a little boyfriend and I kissed him on the cheek. Like that was the extent of our intimate relations. I kissed him on the cheek. And for like years afterwards, after we broke up, after my crush.
After you broke up?
Yeah, whatever that. But I remember like wiping my mouth. I would remember having kissed him on the cheek and be like, bleh, and I'd wipe my mouth and feel sick about it till I was like an adult.
Yes. Well, I wonder how he thinks and feels about that old memory.
I don't know. I could ask him. He's my Facebook friend.
You should ask him. Ask him and tell us next time.
Yeah. And now I think about
wiping off his cheek for years and decades.
God, I can't believe I let that girl kiss me on the cheek. What was I thinking? I would kiss him on the cheek now.
I wonder, like, you know, we're always so curious about different body movements and things. I wonder what this motion elicits for people.
Breastfeeding.
Oh, really?
Well, that's what came to me.
Interesting. That's
Yeah.
not where my mind goes.
Where does your mind go?
My mind actually, because it sees your face, and my mind went to somewhere totally different, which was like slurping noodles.
Oh, this is the same thing. One's a noodle, one's a breast.
Yes, totally the same thing. You're right. What was I thinking?
How many tracks are there that we should be on at any given time? Success.
As many as we want.
Okay, I'm shutting her down. Thank you. I love you. We'll see you next week. Thank you guys for being here with us and our sillies. As always, please do like, follow, and subscribe. And if anything we've said here today has been helpful for you, please share with somebody that you care about. And we'll see you next time.